The last concept that we're going to discuss in this section is how to find the area of a triangle. We're going to look at two different types of formulas that can be used to find the area of a triangle. The first formula says that the area of a triangle is 1/2 the product of the length of any two sides and the sine of their included angle. That is, the area is equal to 1/2 a times b sine c, or 1/2 b times c sine a, or 1/2 a times c sine b. Okay, so let's take a quick look at an example of this type problem. We have an example that says a businessman has an opportunity to buy a triangular piece of land in a part of town known as 5 Points. And 5 roads intersect there to form 5 equal angles. So we want to keep in mind that the roads intersect and they make equal angles. The property has 147 feet of frontage on one road and 207 feet of frontage on the other. What is the square foot of the footage of the property? So if the angles are equal and there are 5 of them, then we know that the total number of degrees in a circle is 360. And if we're dividing that into 5 equal angles, then we know that each of those angles is equal to 72 degrees. All right, so keeping that in mind, we have a picture that looks something like this. We have a 72-degree angle. One of the roads has 147 feet of frontage. The other road has 207 feet of frontage. Now remember that in order to use one of these formulas, we have to have the length of any two sides and the angle that is included, which is what we have in this picture. We have the length of two sides and the included angle. And so we can use our formula, 1/2 times the two sides times the sine of the included angle. And you can see that it's set up here for you. And we can put that in our calculator directly. 1/2 times 147 times 207 times sine of 72, and we come up with 14,470 feet. And so that's an example of using that first type of formula to find the area of a triangle. We also have a formula to find the area of a triangle that looks like this, where we calculate an S value by adding the 3 sides of the triangles together and dividing by 2, and then plugging into this formula that says area is equal to the square root of S times S minus side A times S minus side B times S minus side C. And so let's look at an example of a problem that uses that formula. A set designer is putting together a backdrop for a play, and one element of the scene is a large triangular piece of wood. The edges of the triangle are of lengths 4, 7, and 9 meters. She wants to know the square area of the triangle in order to estimate the amount of paint she needs to cover it. So note that if we have all 3 sides, then our second version of the formula would be the best fit. So we begin the problem by calculating S. Remember that S is the 3 sides added together divided by 2. And so we're going to add 4 and 7 and 9. And divide the result by 2. And so 4 plus 7 plus 9 is 20. 20 divided by 2 is going to give me an S value of 10. Now, once we have the S, we'll plug into the remainder of the formula to calculate the area. Remember that our formula says that we're going to take the square root, we're going to do S, and we're going to do S minus each of the side lengths. So we're going to do 10 minus 4, which is 6. We're going to do 10 minus 7, which is 3. And we're going to do 10 minus 9, which is 1. And so calculating this, we're going to have the square root of 180, which we can put in our calculator to get an approximate area of 13.4 meters squared.